What's going on, guys? Philly here from Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. And as you may or may not know, RBP just came out with a brand new product and they're calling it the Stealth Power Running Boards. So we were like, we need a set of those, send them over. So we've got a set here, we're gonna throw them in on Jerry's truck. But before we do that, we're just gonna unbox them and show you everything that's included in this kit. And then we'll have Cody and Brent get to work throwing them on Jerry's truck. And then we are going to use the absolute crap out of this thing to actually test them out and see how well they hold up. All right, so now that the kit's opened up, I only have one step up here, the other one's on the ground just for ease of filming, but what you'll probably notice right off the bat is there are 4 motors here. Now, there are different steps on the market that come with only 1 motor per side, or you can upgrade to the 2 motors per side, but this particular kit from RBP, their standard steps come with 2 motors per side, so the thought process there is they're stronger, and then if one was for some reason to go out or you had a wiring issue, you would still have steps that function properly. So that's their thought behind having the dual motors per side. So you get 4 motors in total. And then as far as the rest of the kit goes, it's really pretty basic and self-explanatory as far as components. I mean, like, you get zip ties and a control module, some bolts and hardware, and then this big wiring harness that you can run and the fuses. The rest of it is very simple. Like I said, there's the LEDs that you plug in so you can have lights on your steps and a power switch. Where it gets tricky and where it's different from everybody else is the opening and closing, or the retracting of your steps, is controlled by magnetic door switches, whereas other kits are using like an OBD plug or having you cut into the main wiring harness on your vehicle, which can be kind of a scary task for some people. So the hope here is that this is a more simple installation, and it should work every single time, guaranteed, because it's based off of magnet on the physical action of your door opening and closing. So this little magnet right here is what controls your steps. And then you have your pickup sensor. So this combination is basically what controls these steps going up and down. We have never installed a set. This is the first one that we've seen in person. So we're gonna hand these over to the install guys. They're gonna get it installed, and we'll let you know how it worked and if they have any gripes with the installation process, and then kind of show you where we ran the wires and everything like that, so you can get a better understanding of how to put these on your vehicle. Okay, so the guys got the steps installed, although you probably can't really tell because you can't see them, but that's kind of the whole point. So now when I open this door, ta-da, magically the steps come down. You can see they do have LEDs on here too to kind of light them up, which is just a nice feature. As far as installation goes, after talking to the guys that put them in, because I didn't put them in, it's not super easy. I'll be brutally honest with you. It's not any more or less complicated than any other similar products on the market, but it's still a complicated process. I definitely recommend probably bringing it to a professional, unless you're good with wiring, electronics, and stuff like that, because there are still a lot of wires involved. So this kit is a hardwired kit, which means you're not taking up your OBD2 port or anything like that. So if you're running a tuner or a monitor or something like that, you don't have to worry about having to buy a splitter or anything, because this is hardwired in here. But the main difference as far as how these guys open and close, because you see once I close the door and wait a couple seconds, the boards will go back up. The thing that does that is actually magnetic controlled. So where other systems go off of like the door open and close sensor, these guys use little tiny magnets, which will get you a close-up shot so you can actually see. But essentially they stick onto the inside of your door frame here, and on the outside of the door, or on the door itself I should say, there's this little tiny stick-on magnet. You can barely see, it's black, so it blends in pretty decently with this black truck. But when you close this door, I'll simulate it with this magnetic eraser here. You're gonna close the door, it's gonna cover up the magnet, and then the truck's gonna now think that the door is closed, and you'll see that the steps go up. If you were to pull the magnet back off, the steps go back down. So that's how it functions. So there's another sensor in the back, obviously, so it works on both the front and the back doors. I'll let it close so that I can show you the back door so that it works. So that's closed. Open the back door, that opens too. Same kind of deal. There's another magnet on the, it's actually on the inside of this door, so it's pretty much impossible to see for the camera. But other common questions that people are going to have is like, so what if you're parked, so what if you off-road this truck and you're parked where there's boulders or rocks or something like that? What's gonna happen when you open your door and your step comes crashing into the rock? Well, if I put my leg here and let it run into me, it stops wherever it hits an obstacle and the motor stops. So that's basically done as a safety feature so that you don't burn out the motors. There are 2 of them on these RBP steps that come standard. So a lot of other places are gonna give you an upgrade option for that, whereas the RBP ones come standard. So that is kind of nice too. So now, next time you close it, it'll go back up. We wait 3 or 4 seconds, and there it is for you. Same thing on the inverse. If they're already down, and for some reason, you close your door and then somebody hops up on your truck, as soon as they go up, they stop. So you can hear the motors kick in, it realizes that there's a resistance there, and then they don't continue up. Once you open the door again, now it knows it's open, you close it, they're about to go back up in a couple seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. And there you go, pretty much magic. So one thing that I'm sure you noticed is that these things aren't very clean, and I'm showcasing brand new products, so why wouldn't I showcase a clean product? And that's because we're gonna put these things through their paces and see if they can handle the abuse that RBP says they can. So you see that they're dirty, they're dusty, we've had sand on these guys, we've driven them through Wisconsin winters, we've had them covered in salt, and it's only been like a couple of weeks. So we really want to see how good these things are. So over the next 6 months or to a year, basically however long Jerry owns this truck, at least, we're gonna keep throwing a whole bunch of different conditions at these things to see how well they hold up, and then we'll bring you guys a video on that too, obviously. So this video launches the product so you guys can see it, something brand new, something you're probably interested in, but then we'll follow it up with a long-term owner's review as far as what these things can handle. So if you're interested in a set, you want to check them out, see if they have them for your truck. There are kind of limited availability right now as far as what they make them for, just because it is such a new product, but they do have them for most late model, your Dodge, Chevy, Toyota, etc. So most of the trucks out there. So check them out on our website, it's customoffsets.com. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Peace.